हेलो 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 माय डियर फ्रेंड, वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम। भाई कैसे हैं आप लोग? तो भाई आज का अपन पजल से शुरू करते हैं। सॉरी कल लाइव नहीं आ पाए, कुछ अर्जेंट काम आ गया था। आज का हम गेम स्टार्ट करते हैं। तो फाइट टू मूव है एंड यू आर इन क्रिटिकल पोजीशन, फाइंड अ वे टू विन मटेरियल। फाइंड अ वे टू विन मटेरियल, ओके। I think attack on queen and I'll get a pawn. I'll get pawn push, pawn takes, activating knight. Okay, first thing is first, he's attacking knight. Knight is safe. This pawn push, okay. Why not this pawn push? But why not this pawn push? And this pawn push is correct. Let's analyze this. Uh, why this is not good? D4 is a miss and F4 is a best reason because he can just go for knight and bishop is guarding that, and that square will be blocked if I just. So bishop takes pawn is compulsory. That's why. Okay, let's move on to next puzzle. So moving on to next puzzle. It's white to move. Look like how my rook is in trouble. Do you see how? Hello, AK 146. Welcome to the stream. White to move and look like my rook is in trouble. So I think rook takes knight. If rook take, there is a mate. Okay, I can just take this, and after that I can just take rook. So that's a check, and I can just maybe I have some tactics from here by just playing rook here. If pawn takes, okay, and he cannot take my bishop. Okay, I can just take. If king here, I can just take that pawn because after takes, I do have this take, and or if king moves here, I do have this pawn take, and after that I can go for his bishop also, and his queen does not seems to be on a good square. Queen needs to go on c7 and then on c1. Okay, it's white to move. Can you win material from me? So that's a check. King goes here. Rook check. No, that's a check. King goes here, and that's a queen pin. And queen can be defended by just playing back. Streak of two. So it's black to move, and we can finish this off with checkmate. I think this check, king takes pawn, check, king only have one square, and that's mate. That's the way. Streak of three. Let's go. Moving on to next puzzle. Daily solver 150 points also. Okay, it's check and black to move. First thing is first, need to move my king. And if I take this, rook takes and rook takes, and I can just go and sit back or just this pawn push. Rook will sit here, and that's a rook here. So rook takes pawn, pushing rook here. Rook will take pawn, and if I take his rook, he'll take my rook. So better is to just take this pawn and keep that pawn defended. Streak of 4. Let's go. Another puzzle. So it's white to move and win material to win puzzle. So I think rook here. If he goes rook back, I can just take his queen. Rook here. Rook goes to g5. Rook takes rook. Yes, that's a mistake. But it's the same way, na? Why this is mistake and why this is not a why this is not a mistake? Let's analyze this and see why. So in this case, if I just play this rook here, okay, queen takes and rook here, it's a miss. Reason, king can just move to h8, and if I just take this, he can play rook here with check, which is mate. Okay, so I cannot take this, so I need to bring another rook, and he can just defend it by just playing queen to somewhere else. Queen to f6 is best. So what he can play is queen to f6, queen to f6, and because there is a threat also, and this is not problematic for black also. Okay, so that's why this rook needs to be played first, and then this rook, because this rook is required to guard the h sorry, first rank. Okay, chalo, let's move on to puzzle now. We'll start with the puzzles. Start with the rapid. We'll try to come back on 23 today. Hello, Gulshan bhai. Welcome to the stream. We'll try back to get back on 2300 now. कितना टाइम हुआ स्ट्रीम शुरू किए? अभी आई थिंक 20 minutes, 10 to 20 minutes. पजल ही सॉल्व कर रहा था. I didn't started any game yet. Okay, pawn takes pawn, knight takes pawn is not possible. Okay, knight takes pawn, knight takes knight. This is also not possible. If I just take this pawn, that's a mistake. You can just go for check and take my pawn. If I move my knight here, still can go for this check. So I think best move is to just take it back. That was a mistake. गेम खेली नहीं, अभी तक पजल कर रहे थे. पहला गेम स्टार्ट किया है. Knight activates back. If queen takes pawn, rook here, and I can go for his pawn, and I can just activate my knight to go for that pawn. Now bishop takes, and here we have with the pawn take. Hello Aryan, welcome to the stream. Attack is knight, then Bishop activates and I'll go for castle. Do you have FIDE rating? Yes, it's 1635. I played 4 tournaments till now. First, I'll go for his knight, and then bishop takes. I'll go for this pawn. Okay, if I just take that pawn, knight takes and queen takes, or if I just go for that pawn take with attack on rook, so I got my pawn back, but he can get his pawn back by just playing rook to g1. I can play queen here, but that will be a mistake because after bishop back here. No, I do have this check, but knight can also go here. So queen here. Okay, that's just bishop goes back. Bishop to h3 karo. Bishop to h3 and knight moves forward and bishop goes back. We are fine with bishop exchange. Bishop takes. Okay, I think castling is fine. Castling. Let's go for castle then. If pawn takes, queen takes, and his king is open, so I am fine with that also. Yes, Dhanush, brother. Gulshan, why you really like watching live sessions, aren't you? I often seen you in a fit up on live session. भाई बहुत दिन हुए खेले आज एक गेम बिल्कुल बिल्कुल भाई आज खेलते हैं अपन सो आई गॉट अ फ्री पॉन वी आर पॉन but we need to take care of this G file that's open and rook is already sitting. Easy win for white. भाई 2300 से डबल ट्रिपल टू फाइव कैसे हुआ इट्स लॉन्ग स्टोरी बट सिर्फ एक दिन की frustration and we lost many points. Bishop air knight exchange करो जल्दी. Exchange तो नहीं हो रहा है अभी. But I can just place my queen here to attack both the pawns, this and this. He has open file against your king. Yes, he does. But I'm thinking what is happening on that way. I was trying to defend it by just giving him check and just defending it back. But okay, so he's just going for that. But he still now cannot take it. So I'll bring my rook to pin his queen. Bishop sacrifice is coming. Bishop sacrifice. Why I can't see that? Now he will play his queen here. Okay, let's close up the bishop. Queen here. I'm fine with exchange. I'm just a pawn up. Q h5, then knight c4. Q h5. Okay. Yeah, that was also a good plan. Knight, rook going for that pawn. Rook c5, and we are going for that pawn now. Because bishop check is not possible right now. But if I just take this pawn, bishop can pin me. Knight takes pawn, knight takes, rook takes, bishop pin rook. So g6, yeah, g6, g6 I should do. Okay. Now he's doubling his rook on my king side. I think I should double up rook on that knight side. He won't exchange f5, g6 कर दो, block हो जाएगा. g6 करना ही है anyways, मतलब. So let's just wait. g6 के लिए king side pawn पे करो. I think knight goes forward, bishop takes, rook takes, attacking that pawn. Bishop is guarding here. What's his plan? Just take that pawn. It's free. No, I'll not go for that pawn. I'll just activate knight. qf2 coming. After qf2, bishop to e8. But he just took his bishop back. If I just take that pawn, unnecessary move. Just take this pawn. If king takes, I can take his knight. No, rook is guarding. So what if I just take this pawn first and then place my... Now he's going for rook. Okay. So I just need to move king forward. King forward, yes. So if rook takes, pawn takes, another rook takes, king takes. Bro is cooked. Knight is hanging. Which knight is hanging? No, bro. I'm just waiting for him. So rook takes. Come on, move your queen on. Queen back. Queen back here. I'll bring my another rook to attack his queen. And maybe I do have some... At some point, I do have e2. And maybe instead of going for this file, let's go for e8 open file. E file. Now queen here. Rook to e8. But another rook cannot be placed on e8. He's doing resign. Why? Disconnect it. Will auto resign in 22 seconds. Because I can just get that free pawn. And queen check is not possible. Not even from here, not even from here. He himself gave me that free pawn. Pawn undefended. A7. I can go for this pawn. If queen takes pawn, rook here. Or maybe this rook c7 first to defend this pawn, and then I can take this pawn. This or this. By next game, Nazur variation में खेलना. What's that variation, brother? I don't know. Queen defending this pawn, and we are pawn up again. Queen attacking rook. Does he have any kind of trick like here? I don't think so. Yeah, queen goes to attack rook. Plan is I can just take his knight. Okay, now there is a plan for him. If I just take his knight, rook takes knight, pawn takes it, rook takes pawn. He can go for check, and I need to move my king. He can place this check. What if I just go for exchange? If knight takes, I can just go for this check. What if rook in between? Okay, there is a queen trap also. If rook here, he'll bring his rook, so that will be queen trap. So I think just take his knight first. Looks good. Q takes d6 is mate. And there we go with the pawn takes. Maybe rook here, but he'll first go for this check. Rook to c5. I just need to get a good place for rook, and this is going to be winning. Rook to c5. Yes, there is a way. So just take this pawn. You are losing bishop. Yeah, I know, but there is a position to win this game. So that's why he can't take my bishop. If rook check, king moves to f6. Queen takes check. Queen takes check. Queen moves to g5. King moves to g5. And if there is another check, which is not, I think check from here is not possible. Check from e7, rook is sitting. So if you just go for bishop, that will be mate in by just playing rook to d. I think it will be mate. Yes. Go forward g8 check. But I'm not going to g8. My plan is to f6, and he will take with queen, and I'll play g5. No, he's just going for exchange. He knew what I'm up to. Do I have this check? This check, king moves in, and bishop here defending, but after that rook can go back. Uh, Bishop defending my bishop. Go for no, just take his queen and defend that bishop with rook. Let him take that pawn. And now, how can I stop him? Start with rook push, pawn push. We are low on time also. Rook here, another pawn push. Rook takes bishop, another pawn push. Rook takes rook. I do have queen. No. Rook takes rook. Rook takes rook. There is another pawn push and check. Not now. Let him first play rook here. Then only I'll play, or otherwise I'll try to defend my bishop. Now it's bullet. I'm fine with draw. Just on time. This was winning. He's challenging again. Definitely. Welcome back. Let me show him how to win this. Does my internet works that slow? Revenge time. It was winning, yeah. It was clear win. It's definitely a revenge time. Knight takes knight, knight sits here. Rook will come here. Doesn't make sense. Just take my knight back. No, how he was winning. It take this pawn. He'll take it back, or just take this pawn. Pawn takes, or just take his knight. I think push works better. Push works better because I'm just blocking his bishop. Knight takes knight, queen takes, and then bishop takes knight, queen takes. Okay, he gave me free pawn. But before that, first let's attack his rook. Then I'll take free pawn. He gave me rook and ask for a bishop. Okay, fine. And knight takes knight, or knight goes back to attack his bishop. Knight takes knight, and I can just take this pawn. Bishop will take. Bishop will take this, and I'll play queen on h file, going for attack. I'm also defending this pawn. There we go with the pawn push. If I play rook here, check. Rook here, check. But he can just go with the queen takes pawn, attack on bishop and rook at the same time. And after check, his bishop can just go back. So just this pawn push first. So pawn takes, then I'll place rook on this files. And if pawn takes pawn, bishop takes pawn, rook takes bishop is the also way. Now activating my rook, his bishop can't go back. He has blocked his bishop himself. If queen takes that pawn, there is this check and bishop takes queen. I can just give him check, but cannot take this pawn. Check, rook sits here. He'll go with the pawn push. What if I place my queen on that open file, or just attack his bishop? Bishop sits back. There is a pawn push definitely after this move. So I think I should move my queen first and then bring my rook on h3. At the same time, I'm just attacking this pawn. If queen or rook moves, I can just take this pawn. Definitely. Attack his bishop, place my bishop here. Bishop here, bishop takes. Maybe bishop here, queen takes, or just attack his bishop. Bishop goes back. Yes, bishop on f3. Let's queen take that pawn, and bishop on e4 after that. Stop e3. ये क्या 2300 से 2200. Yes, brother. We'll be back on 23. Now, rook attacking bishop, and I can go for that pawn. If queen takes this pawn, just bishop to e4. Threat is mate in one. Also, rook defended. बिशप टू f5 कमिंग. ये डाउनफॉल नहीं, केवल फॉल है, फाल है. बी f5 कमिंग. बिशप टू f5. बिशप चेक. Bishop check, and king moves in. Queen takes rook. So bishop f5 is wrong. He'll play bishop c6. Bishop c6. Yes, I also think the same. Bishop takes bishop. He did nothing. He just moved his rook. Now after bishop here, bishop to e6. That's not a check. That's a mate. Bishop check. Only option with the king is move in, and that's a mate. Let's go. Okay, if bishop in between, bishop takes, rook takes is the only thing, and that's a mate. Let's go, guys. After you play bishop e4, he will play bishop f5. Okay, chalo, let's move on to another game. We'll try to get back to 2275 today, and maybe tomorrow, by tomorrow, we'll get back to 23. Wait, what? You didn't saw that, mate? Okay. Knight takes pawn. Pawn takes, knight takes. No, but queen can just go for check. What about knight here? Knight, knight here looks good. Knight takes, queen takes. Okay. I think now it's just knight goes back. Bishop takes, bishop, knight takes. I'll castle. Giving him free pawn. So at least he cannot, his castle should wait. No, he didn't took that free pawn. Bringing all of my pieces in game. There we go with the bishop takes and rook takes. Bishop attacking bishop and queen at the same time. But just queen goes back is the option with him. What about h6? H6 we should open up back rank. I'm just thinking that if there is any better move, I don't know, but instead of h6, I think h5 looks much better. Okay, bishop here, queen goes back, bishop takes bishop, or just a pawn push, pawn will take. Okay, bishop here, after bishop here, offering him bishop exchange. Let's go with h5. That's look much better. Just move queen. Plan is knight to g4, queen to h4. If bishop takes, bishop to b5. And for now, he needs to move his queen. And in that meantime, I can plan to attack. He just took it. And there we go with the rook takes. Okay. If I just go for a pawn push, he will attack my knight. And bishop takes, knight is a threat or not. Rook on d6. Plan is knight takes pawn. If bishop takes pawn, knight takes pawn. Attack on queen and rook at the same time. And if pawn takes knight, rook takes queen is a threat. And if there is a pawn push, queen takes it. Good idea. And if rook comes forward, I can start to activate my knight. Also, bishop to c3 is not stopped. Queen b7, bishop b3, same plan. I thought so that he will move his queen. And now knight here, bishop takes, pawn takes, knight back here. Or knight goes forward. Attack is bishop. Pawn takes, check. I think knight back. For now, just attacking that pawn, and knight goes forward. Forward the other way. Bishop will take knight. Pawn takes it, and bishop takes pawn. I do have rook takes pawn. Bishop b4 will come if you go there to attack pawn. Yes. Bishop b4. I thought he will take that knight. Anyways, just attack his bishop. And another knight attacks bishop. Attack with full activation now. He should have taken that knight with bishop. And there we go with the free pawn. Although it's not free, bishop takes pawn is also option with him. Knight here, rook, rook takes. Yeah. Queen activating on d3. ये टाइम ठीक रहता है 11 बजे. ओके भाई, कल से I'll be back on this time only. Okay, knight takes pawn. Bishop takes queen. Queen takes no. There is no way. So I think bringing the final piece in the game, which is the another rook. Knight. Sorry, knight. What I'm saying? Knight takes pawn. Bishop takes knight. Queen takes bishop. Is the way. Yeah. So doubling up the fight. Doubling up the complete fight. Now, if bishop takes knight, queen takes it, and threat for mate. So he will not definitely not take that bishop, take that knight. Bishop will not take that knight, and another knight f5 can take e3 pawn. Free rook. Which rook is free? Knight takes that pawn. Bishop takes rook. No, I think I should first attack his bishop only. Let him move his bishop back. Okay. Bishop takes pawn. Bishop takes knight. Or if bishop takes knight, bishop takes rook. And sorry, knight takes bishop. Bishop takes knight, queen takes it, and bishop takes rook. If pawn takes knight takes pawn, knight takes pawn, bishop takes rook, knight takes knight. Sorry, knight takes rook. Or should I just go for this check? Queen takes, knight takes. But what's the point? If I just activate my knight here to stop bishop, To stop bishop, but rook can be placed on c2, and after that knight takes pawn. I think I'm low on time. This is little complicated, but let's just go with this pawn. So plan is if bishop takes knight, I'll take with queen, and if bishop takes rook is not possible because there is a mate, and if bishop takes rook, I'll take with knight. Plan is to attack on knight as well as bishop, and I can go for his bishop because if I just move my rook, there will be rook which will sit on d1 and attack on queen and rook at the same time. If I cannot take that because bishop is guarding that rook. Oh, that's complicated. Free rook you missed. Okay, you can show me later. Okay. Now knight takes rook is also an option. Knight takes rook, queen takes, bishop takes, and I can go for this, but I lose a piece. So first knight takes bishop. Knight takes bishop will simplify everything. Knight takes bishop and queen sits here to go for that pawn. Or if it's just queen on d3 looks good. That's a fork. Knight here attacking queen and rook. And if rook takes, queen takes. Yeah, that's a fork. Low on time, need to play a little faster from here. We are just simply knight to c2. Yeah, right. This is equalization. But there's a mate threat. I need to be a little careful. So first pawn push, attack his bishop. Take that, rook takes. I can take this. Or I think I should go with the check first. Check, check, and I can take that pawn. Take that bishop. Check, I can take that bishop. Yes. Check, rook takes bishop with check, and I can take that f4 pawn. Or maybe king first moves on f6 and then go for that f4 pawn. No, go for this pawn. Let him take this. Go for this pawn, and I can defend this pawn. 2 against 3. Low on time also. That's definitely a winning endgame. Pawn push, I will give him check, take his rook. Or I should first push f4. Now king joins in. This is winning. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Moving on to another game. I think I think too much. I should play keep it simple and simplify everything and then play. Or what I know, we should play that. Nice and endgame pro played flawlessly. Yes. Although we were low on time, I thought this time also we will lose on time. And bishop sits back, offering him exchange. Or should I go for c3? c3, pawn takes, pawn takes. Let's castle first. If knight here, knight activates forward. Knight takes pawn. And knight takes pawn because I can just attack his bishop. But if we just push this pawn, then I need to think. If pawn push, there is no option. Only just bishop needs to be played on b3. Just waiting for him that he can just go for pin. I can push this pawn, or I should play my bishop here. Huh? Waiting for him to play. Okay, there we go with the knight activation on h4 and knight to f5. Knight takes, knight takes, knight takes, knight, pawn takes, knight, attacking bishop. If and bishop on d5. I think after that we'll go with the c4. Pawn takes a good center. Will okay. Pawn takes and c3, c4. Sorry, c4. He'll go for n%. I do have bishop and queen connection, and I'm just attacking his bishop in a move, and his bishop will get pinned. Like his bishop does not have any square to go after that. So he needs to just push this pawn. I'll attack his bishop. Then bishop goes back, take his bishop, then knight will activate forward. That's the way. Now, come on, let him think. If b5, if b5, I will still push c4. Uh, no, c4. No, I'll not push c4. Uh, that's what I thought. And there we go with the pawn push. Bishop goes back, bishop takes bishop. And there we go with the knight activate forward attacking bishop. At the same time, queen can be developed on h5. Okay, so he's offering knight exchange. I'll play queen on b4 instead, attacking that pawn. If knight takes, I can go for check and then take knight back. सब डिफेंस में चले जाते हैं. राइट, बट अटैक करने के लिए देयर मस्ट बी समथिंग ना. हियर वी गो विद द check and should we go with the pawn takes knight or queen takes? I think pawn takes knight looks good because after that we will have open file which will attack queen, which will pin queen. How are you? Hello, hello, Master's Pass. Welcome to the stream. Best move is q to d7 for him or for me. He cannot offer me queen exchange. I can just go for his rook. Okay. Pawn push, bishop will activate. So I think I will activate e4 first. Rook attack, king, queen, and offering him queen exchange. Will that be worth? Or just go for this pawn? If I go for this pawn, rook will attack queen again. Okay, now there we go with the rook in game. Rook attacks queen. भाई 2370 से 2270 आ गया. 2370 था ही नहीं कभी. 2235 was our highest. मैं भी 23 अच्छा तुम भी 2370 से 23 क्या रे यार. डाउनफॉल आता ही है ब्रो. आना ही पड़ता है. मैं भी 2335 से आई एम बैक ऑन 2234. 100 points लॉस. बिशप b2. Okay, there we go with the check, but what does the check will give? Check, bishop takes, and I can just take this pawn. Or what about queen to attack bishop? Queen attack bishop. Will he place his rook here? First, he need to defend his bishop, so he'll play bishop. If I place my queen back, he'll still play bishop here. Okay, let's place my queen back. I'll go for that pawn. And if he places bishop here, I can just take this pawn. And if queen takes, bishop takes is the plan. Or bishop take is also an option. मैं अपने बारे में बता रहा था. हाँ सॉरी ब्रो, मैंने लेट देखा. नथिंग. Rook d1, bishop to e3, rook to b1. Now here we go with the queen exchange. Queen takes queen, rook takes, attack on bishop. Bishop will move and another rook will join the game. And I need to open a back rank. I should open a back rank by pushing g4, I think. Rook d8 आएगा. I should now open up back rank. If rook here, I'll take his queen. So rook to d4. Instead, rook 8 to b1 and rook f to d1. Yeah, you are right. I think I should have done that. Take his queen, rook takes, and rook takes rook, bishop will take. And there is nothing after that. So I think I should just move my queen. Just go for check. Just go for check. Bishop takes. Exchange queen, rook takes, and rook on d5. Looks good. We will get pawn, and rook to d5. भाई आज एक एरिना खेला 400-200 वाला जो हार रहे थे. क्या कहूँ, 80 से ज्यादा, 80 में से 10 चीटर फिर भी फोर्थ है. ग्रेट ब्रो. चीटर्स तो हर तरफ भरे पड़े हैं. डबलिंग अप रुक ऑन d5 and I'll go with this pawn take. E4 takes, e4 takes, d5. Now bring my rook on the one and only open file. And after here, this is winning. I just need to bring my king in. First, the pawn push. His plan is to play bishop here. If I play my rook here, he'll play his bishop here, and I should not take it. Let's bring my king in game now. If bishop here, king to e2, bishop takes, king takes. We'll stop that pawn also. Double pawn push. Rook on b5. Just a waiting move. It's nothing, just a waiting move. So he can just push this pawn and I can place my rook on b6. Should I go with the pawn push? Pawn push, pawn takes, king takes. I think not a bad move. Pawn push. E takes f3. E4 takes f3. King takes f3. And after that, we are fine to take his bishop. After that, I'll place my king on. Okay, he just took it. Okay. Now he also have the open file. But rook can simply sit on a5, defending this pawn and attacking b7. Or maybe if I just go to b seventh rank, let him take this pawn. I can go for this pawn. After the check, I can take this pawn too. Seventh rank. Okay, defending this pawn also. Now he cannot play e1. Rook attacking pawn. Plan is to give him check from a6. Just take that pawn first. Plan is to give him check from a6, and then rook can sit on e6, which is the brilliant open file. Rook to b8. There we go with the check, and check again, and I can take that pawn. Here we go with the king defending pawn. It's an endgame. This is winning endgame. Come on, rook takes rook. I'll push this. If rook takes, I'll still again push this, and rook sits back. Check नहीं देना था. Right, he should not have gone with the check. Another pawn push. King sits forward, offering him rook exchange and queen on board. Okay, king goes to e6. There is a pawn push and pawn push. If rook sits here, I'll give him check and continue with the pawn push. First king check to king. King pushes forward. Rook takes pawn, king takes it. And let's go. Come on. Winning. Moving on to another game. Back to double 2 4 2. बिना चेक के देना था. Okay. For opponent you are talking about. Bishop pinning queen. Knight activates forward. Bishop takes. Okay, bishop pinning queen. I think I will take it because after that I have knight which is activating forward. Attack first queen and then knight. Or maybe h6 looks good. h4, h5. He stopped my knight. Pawn push again. Here we go with the long castle. Now there is this pawn push. D5. No, no, he didn't went with D5. I think I'll go with G3, and after that I'll go with the F4, placing my queen back on G2. To keep this diagonal. So if he push, I will take, and pawn takes, knight takes, or bishop takes will be the option. And F4, pawn takes, and if he takes, I can pin him maybe. I need to double push, otherwise he will sneak in. And if we just push this, knight goes back. It's good for f4. f4 pawn takes, and pawn takes, knight takes. किसी और टॉपिक पे वीडियो बनाते तो और व्यू आते। क्या मिलती रेटिंग, क्या मिलता है रेटिंग बढ़ाकर? सुकून। Okay, if he takes, I'll take it back. Let's take it. Let's take it, and I'll push f4. But bishop can activate. So I think knight goes forward, because after this pawn push will be removed, there will be a bishop which will. But still, I need to do this. Pawn takes, pawn takes. I'm also pinning him. ये जवाब बहुत क्लासी है, बट इट्स सुकून के लिए जिंदगी बर्बाद तो नहीं कर सकते हैं। ये बात तो सही है ब्रो। यू आर ऑलवेज राइट, एब्सोल्युटली राइट। सोचते हैं इस बारे में, जिंदगी बनाने के लिए कुछ और चीज करते हैं। If queen takes pawn, check. Will there be any problem after this check? Rook defending knight. It was good for him. And defense. King will move the other way. I saw that, but if bishop check, then I'll play queen on e3. Queen defending that pawn. I'll now only play e3. I'll go with e1. No, e3, bishop check, and then queen to e3. Now only e3, because after this check I need to move. And if queen check, I'll move to f file. I can go for this pawn too. Just take this. If queen here, I'll again play on e2. It's safe. e2. Plan is just take this with check, or just take this pawn, and threat is mate. Attack on queen, and can go for his bishop. After bishop, he can't move his bishop. Yes, you are right. He can just move his queen. So I should have played to d2. But after d2, his plan was b3. Now the final thing. Take bishop, queen takes, rook takes with check, and pawn push, attacking knight. He will also attack my knight, but I can just go for his attack on rook. But he will play rook take rook, rook takes rook. If I just take that knight, and if he takes my knight, I can take this pawn and rook takes pawn. So this will be towards the end game, na? And we are fine with that. So let's take it. Take. take. Now just attack his knight. Plan is for fork, but I'm sure he will see that and he will also attack my knight. But I'll just simply take his knight because after he takes my knight, I can go for d5 pawn, and he needs to stop that pawn. After which rook can take this f4. So that's why. Or if he does not go for stop, rook can also defend that pawn, defend that deep one pawn, and king can stop this pawn. He just took it. Okay. Is there any fork? Like, can he go for any fork? I can't see any fork. I don't know why he just took my knight. Let's take it and check. Okay, I need to fast forward this check. King goes here. I need to play my rook on g file. Otherwise, he will just push this a5. So rook on g6, take that pawn, check, and I'll sit on a7. You take this pawn, check, and sit on a7 to stop that pawn. If king tries to attack rook, I can go for that pawn. Same plan, check, and stop f7 pawn. He can push, but after this, he cannot push. There is no knight check also. So yeah, that's not there is no problem in that. After check, he will move his king forward. I can play rook on f7 and I can also continue to push h6 and h7. हाँ भाई किसी और के टॉपिक पे वीडियो बनाओ अर्निंग बढ़ेगी उससे उस बेस जितना आरपीएम और व्यूज दोनों ज्यादा होंगे ऐसा है क्या ब्रो I think now instead of giving him check so he just stopped my knight rook to be placed on a7 instead of going for check I should play rook to h8 and or what about this pawn push he'll push this I can go for check he'll attack my rook or instead I should play on h8 yeah let's go for h8 and I can go to h8 8 going for that pawn so king goes forward and we can take all of his pawns. I'll not take this first. I'll just go for this push. If he takes, I can take and attack on his knight at the same time. Let's just not get forked. I'll go for check and maybe rook here looks good. Wait. Rook here, check. He'll push this pawn. Okay, rook here looks good. Take this pawn, give him check, take his knight. But he can just push and there will be lost. Yeah, this is lost. Unnecessary. I lost it by myself, I think. Check नहीं देना था. So he himself lost this now. ये उसको भी check नहीं देना था. He also lost by just giving check, one check. Not now draw. Yes. Knight here. Rook takes pawn. Okay, that's a check. That's a check, and I can attack his knight and take that pawn too. Knight here, I can take that pawn. There is no check. This is winning, I think. That's a check again, and I can take that pawn and rook sits here. Take that pawn. Or first, should I place my rook here and then take that pawn? He'll go for check. So if I just take that pawn and place my rook back on d1. Yeah, this is good. Rook back on d1. Black is completely winning tha. Exactly. Black completely winning tha. He just blundered. Instead of taking that pawn with. Okay, if I take this, is there any fork? I don't think so. And I should not let him his king in. Otherwise, it will be winning for him. So just stop that fork and we will win. Move my rook forward. Move my rook back. There is no knight attack after that. Move my rook on d1. There is no knight attack. And now king can go forward. King goes forward to attack knight. Then there is pawn push. Ola, a knight down. I do have c4. If rook takes knight and king takes it, is that not a winning? If rook takes knight, king takes it. This is clear win. Come on, this is winning. Let's go. Back to 2250. I didn't saw the rook. It supposed to be draw, right? Yeah, it was actually supposed to be not draw. He was actually winning. He just made one mistake and he lost. He should have just pushed the pawn that he missed. Thank you for that. Definitely winning with quality. Uh, Come on. Okay. I'll also place my knight forward. Sorry. Take his knight. Or it's just bishop takes knight. Bishop takes knight takes. Let's go for knight. Bishop takes knight. If knight takes knight, knight takes bishop, knight takes knight. Or if we go with the bishop takes, I'll take this pawn, pinning his queen. Bishop will take that pawn. Let's see. I think he'll go with knight takes bishop, and I'll go with the knight takes knight. But he'll go with the pawn takes. And maybe after that, I need to place my. Okay, knight takes knight. He'll take my bishop after that. And after that, where should I place my knight? Back here or knight? Yeah, definitely back here. And pawn takes. There we go with the pawn take again. Queen check. We have pawn in between. And I can simply go for long castle after this. Take bishop back. I think let's take knight back, defending this queen check at the same time because this plan was to give check. Such a drawish position. King to e7. Bishop takes, or if he goes king to e7, not bad. King to e7. We will convert it for sure. He'll take it, then pawn takes. I'll take with queen. Okay, let's go for long castle now. Now I just need to make sure that he should not go for castle. And how I can make sure that, I don't know. I need to think on that. I give a like because of you are a likely guy. Thanks, Marshall, for that. And guys, if you also like the stream, please hit that like button. And if you have not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe this channel because we only have very few subscribers. So there we go with the pawn push. Bishop takes knight, queen takes it. He'll go for this knight take. We have to take it back with pawn. King can sit on d7. That's the safe position. Or should I take with pawn? Let's take with pawn. Bishop will take knight. Pawn takes it. Queen on d7 is safe. Is that a new haircut? Yes, yes. King on d7. And rook sits on b8. Offering him exchange? No. Rook sits on b8. There is no check right now. And doubling up rooks on that file only because there is no queen. I'm sorry, rook on g7. Best luck, brother, playing well and enjoying live with that commentary. Okay, there we go with the doubling up rooks on b file. Now he will play rook here. I can go for that pawn. Plan is, if you play rook here, I can give him check and take that rook, and he can take this. I can take with king. I do have double rooks, but he will not. So take this pawn, or just play my take this pawn. He'll place rook here. I can go for check and take his rook. He'll take my rook. I can take it back with king, but there is queen check. King goes back, and nothing after that. And I can double up my rook on the. I think it works. Let's do it then. Rook on g7. Rook check on b1. Rook takes rook. Rook takes queen. King takes it back. There is queen check from h7. King sits back on d, and queen takes pawn, doubling up rooks. Okay, let's see. Two rooks. Yeah, two rooks is better than just queen. But like after queen takes, after check, king goes back and he can take that pawn. And I need to defend this pawn. And I think it's winning after that because there is no check. Maybe check from this two files, or my dark square will get weak. But king is safe on d file. There is it is being guarded by many other pieces. Push this pawn. King will go for check. Queen will go for check, and queen will sit on. Queen will go for check, and queen will sit on e5. I can double up rooks. Maybe doubling up rook on seventh rank looks good, or doubling up first rank, or doubling up rook on the g file. I don't know. Let's see. Check, rook sits here, goes for that pawn, which can, uh, but he can just continue with the push. King, I mean. Rook to d7. Okay, rook to d7. We'll place both the rooks on h file now. Let's take that pawn. Keep it simple. Both the rooks on h file, and we can just take that pawn. I think he's going for draw now. Will he go for draw? If I just push back, he'll again give check, and if I cannot take my king fully back. Let's not draw यार. वो mate कर सकता है queen d8 से. Q to d8 is mate. After queen to f6, rook takes pawn. There is this check, and rook can sit on d7. But after that, still there is a draw. Come on, yaar. How to avoid this draw? I'm not sure. What after q to e8? Q to e8. I'll still take that pawn because, okay, he's going for another pawn now. Now I need to double up my rooks on another file. I need to keep this rook here, otherwise I'll be losing. King to C8 is draw. Yes. If I try to double up my rooks on that file, he'll just checkmate me. If I go for this pawn push, pawn takes, king takes. This looks good. Pawn push is looks good. Pawn takes, king takes. At least it will be not. You have to indeed. At least this is not draw now. वो check देगा. Check. Same plan. Check. King moves in. No, rook here again. And king goes back. Okay, he can just take that pawn. Pawn push. Now there is, since there is no mate threat directly, I no, if I cannot do this pawn push because again there is same thing. So I think now I can just double up my rooks on third rank and go for that pawn with check. If you push this, I'll place my king on d6 and that's safe after that. Not a draw. I think if you push this pawn, I cannot place my king on d6 because after that there is this rook. Now this is not draw. Come on, queen takes that pawn. Rook on g3. He'll make a pawn push. King takes that pawn. This is a loss for him. If he move this, push this pawn, now only I need to move my king to e8, and after that only I'll play king 2. Otherwise, there is a check from f8. Push a king to d6, check, and he can take my rook. Check from f6, f8, and take my rook. c6 and q takes a7. Yeah, c6, king to e7. Q takes this, and king to d6 after that. And there is no check. King forward. I can take that pawn. There is queen check. King can defend back after doubling up the pawns. Yeah, let's go. Now this is winning. And this is mate. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Won another 10 minutes. How many games we won in a row today? We are stra- going back to 23, I think, today. Let's see. Come on, guys. And if you like this stream, please hit that like button. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe this channel. We only have 565 subscribers. We need your support. Come on, why we are not getting a next match? The best 11 peoples are here. Yeah, including you 12. Sorry, I'm joking. Sure. Come on, moving on to next 10 minutes. Give us a match. What are you doing, chess.com? Let's see how many games we won in a row today. So one, two, three, four, five. Five till now. Do we have moderators? No, it's just Nightbot. OW, you're popping today, but still not getting a match. What's wrong, chess.com? Is there no one to play with us? I have a friend that started playing 3 months ago and now he's 2000 FIDE after his first tournament. Great. So his starting rank is only 2000. That's so good. What's wrong with chess.com? Not giving a match. What's wrong, yeah? Okay, no problem. Let's solve some puzzles till now, till that time. Is that a chess.com server? Queen attacking rook and going for check to take that queen. Uh-huh. Rook sits back and let's go. Don't know. Another puzzle. So black to move. If you play this right, you can win material. There we go with the check. And only option left with him is rook in between. And after that, knight activates forward to plan for this mate. That's wrong. Okay. Obviously, and now I can take his queen. Why he moved his king? If we just go for queen, if we go for queen takes, then there is a mate. There was a mate with knight. Okay, let's try. जय highest कितना हुआ था? By my highest was double 235. So we have our managing moderator now. Yes, 2335. Yes, here we go. We got a match finally. And bishop. Gulshan is also with a fit pawn, right? Yes. There we go with the bishop takes, and I can take that pawn. If queen takes, I can just take that pawn. Attacking knight at the same time. You were mod from all this time. You don't know. Offering him queen exchange. After that, knight will place here, or just go for check. If knight comes in between, bishop takes. If bishop comes in between, yeah, let's go for check. If bishop in between, I'll take this pawn, attacking rook. Okay, what if knight in between now? Now there we go with the take his knight, and if queen takes, queen takes. Now I can just take that pawn. Does he have any plan? I don't think so. I can bring my knight out, or should I go for castle? Let's go for castle. Let's keep it safe. And there we go with the queen goes back. And we are pawn up. Queen attacking bishop, keeping the attack. Knight should defend that pawn, or should I push this pawn? Knight defends pawn. Knight can activate here to attack that pawn. Yeah, knight defending this pawn. Or maybe rook e8. Okay. Is that not a mistake? Because that's now f6 attacking knight and bishop at the same time. And if you push pawn, okay, he can defend it back. Yes. And there we go with the rook pinning queen, bringing rook out. Why he's behind my queen only? Does he does not have anything apart from that? If queen goes here, he'll make this pawn push. I need to place my queen back on e7. He'll place knight forward. So instead of doing all this, let's just move our queen away. Or should I just wait? Let him take that pawn. Rook takes queen will come after that. I'm not sure, yeah. Let's defend queen. Then knight activates to a4. He is behind my queen only. He does not have any other plan. Okay, come on. Queen to d5, and after that, I'll offer him exchange. Square control. Okay. Attack is knight. Attack is knight. Queen attacks his knight. Now he'll play queen here. I can offer him queen exchange. He cannot place knight here because rook is guarding this. And he has to take queen exchange after that. Maybe. Come on, take that queen exchange. He'll play bishop here after this. I think knight goes back now. Plan is if we play bishop here, rook will take that pawn. If knight check, that's great. Uh, Queen is guarding that knight. I can just go for this. I can just take his knight. Can I not just take his knight? Okay, there we go with the queen attack. Knight attacks queen. Let him take that knight. That knight is not doing anything. Let's just take this knight. It's simple. And if I just take this pawn, I am pawn up after this. Or instead of take, if I continue with the push, rook defending that pawn. Let's go with the defend because this is a open pawn, can reach the final square. If he just does this pawn push, queen takes it, and queen takes force, queen takes after that rook takes pawn, rook takes, and bishop takes or bishop takes. Yeah, I knew it. Knight c5 क्यों नहीं किया? Now knight to b7, knight to b6, pawn takes knight, or knight bishop takes knight, a7 takes knight, knight c5 क्यों नहीं किया? देखना पड़ेगा जब क्वीन से उसका नाइट कैप्चर किया था. Okay, there we go with the knight activates forward, attacking bishop. Bishop needs to move. And I can bring my king out. Let him take, I'll not take it. And there we go with the rook takes. Okay, his plan is clear. And my plan is also clear. Rook e7, rook check, rook rook check from b7, rook to e7, rook takes, rook takes, king takes, and again he'll play rook to e7. Then again I'll take it with king. Why I took with king, I don't know. He can just go for that pawn because now king to d6, so he cannot play his bishop back on e5. Now I'll play rook on g8. Plan is to play f4. But he'll now do the same. This is draw, I think. G7 पे अटैक करेगा। जब क्वीन से उसका नाइट कैप्चर किया था। I can't remember, need to think and check on that. Now if king goes forward, I'll take this. Okay. Now king goes forward to stop that. Rook goes to a7 to stop that pawn. Opponent was playing crazy good, but now I think he'll place his bishop in between. So first attack is rook. Yeah, let rook take that pawn, and then rook going for that pawn. Bishop will defend this, and knight goes back to e7, and knight back to e7. Or I think just knight goes for that pawn. This is draw. If he is successfully able to defend one pawn, then he may win. Otherwise, it's a draw. This bishop is very powerful here. He cannot push pawn. Rook will take that. But after that, if he again push, rook takes rook. And if he makes queen, I can take his bishop. I'll have rook, bishop, and I'll have rook knight, and he will have queen. Rook knight and pawn, and he will have queen. Bishop here, obviously. Pawn push. If you push this, knight attacks rook, and knight sits on g6. Okay, instead I should have gone forward. Now this is losing. I thought so. Come on, this is resign. Obviously resign. Lost our streak. Okay, okay. Anyways, chalo, move on to another game. Kutti Charan, opponent was playing crazy good. Kutti Charan. Will he place his queen here? How did learn the game so well? So basically, I just kept on playing. But if you want to improve, you can just go through books which can help you improve your game. I think there are very good books available online. And if you're a very beginner, then I think you should first learn chess. If you are just intermediate, you should learn puzzles. If you are above like 1100 or 15, if you are below 1100 or 1500, you should learn opening. If you're between 1100, 1500, also learn opening. I'm 16, 15 rapid. You should practice puzzles more and more. I'm 700, bro. You should learn opening first, and then only your game will get improved. Now knight will sit on d5. Plan is if bishop takes, pawn takes. I do have a good line of pawns on this area, and if he cannot take this pawn because knight is already guarding. Maybe I can first play my bishop here. Maybe I can first play bishop to g5. After that, I can try for that. Hello, hello, Pratik. Welcome to the stream. If I plan queen to d2, he'll play knight here, and he'll go for my bishop because after that he have this plan, queen pinning my queen. I cannot take that knight. Even if I may play my bishop here, he can just play queen to d2. Sorry, bishop to d4. What I'm saying, bishop, dark square bishop to d4. He's attacking this pawn and knight at the same time. Yeah, I think I should go with the bishop on g5. Plan is if knight moves, I can take that bishop, take that pawn, and knight, bishop takes knight, bishop takes, rook takes, and d2, and can sit on h6. Bishop takes knight, bishop takes bishop, rook takes bishop, pawn takes d2. But he'll just play king forward, na? d2. Now I think I can place my knight forward. Yes, I can place my knight forward. What is your qualification? I am graduate engineer. Now knight takes knight, pawn takes bishop, pawn takes knight. His plan is to play rook here. I didn't saw that. Will he go with the knight takes? Then I do have this check and I can take his bishop. Knight takes pawn, knight takes knight, rook takes knight. I think his plan must be simple and sorted. That take this, bishop takes knight, pawn takes it, and rook sits on d4, attacking queen, and he can just take that pawn. Yeah, that's what he's doing. So bishop takes knight. I'll first go for his knight. And after this, I'll play c3 and not takes this bishop because letting him to take rook takes pawn. Knight takes. No, I should take his bishop simply. Take his bishop simply. Crazy calculation. That's just a pawn push now. Yeah, that's just a pawn push, defending this pawn also. And at the same time, but his this file is stronger now. His bishop is more stronger, and he can play queen on d4 now. And I can defend this pawn, but queen takes this pawn is a trick. And if pawn push was there, rook takes pawn was a threat. Let him take that pawn because if I try to defend that pawn, queen will take this pawn, and I don't want his queen to be more active on attacking file. Let him queen rest in the corner, and there we go with the knight activates forward. Rook cannot pin. Knight takes bishop. Now rook can pin. But I'll move my queen. I'll still do this pawn push, and only option with me is knight to g3. Maybe if I just go for this pawn push, do I need to go to knight to g3 or should I go knight on d2? Knight to d2 plan is to play, but if knight to d2, rook can simply. So I think knight to g3 is fine. Knight to c3, bishop takes, queen takes, attack on rook. Yeah, that was also a right. Not that was not a right move. Reason, rook can be placed on e3, attacking queen, and he can simply take my knight. Rook takes that knight. No, but that was a knight takes queen. Ah, yeah. I actually missed that. You are right. Amin Sheikh. Yeah, you would have taken his queen. Yes, yes, you are right. Sorry. Does his bishop is gone now? Can I not just do this pawn push? Pawn push, pawn takes. I can take his bishop. Yep, I can attack his queen with pawn. If pawn takes, I can take his bishop. And if he try to be smart by just playing his queen here, I'll still take that pawn, attack on queen, and after that, rook sits on b5, attacking queen, which will sit on c5. Then after that, queen needs to move back. I can take his bishop. So he didn't did that. He's smarter. If I just do this pawn push, then he will come up with the same plan. If I just take that pawn, rook takes it, queen takes that pawn with check, and rook will sit in between. And I do not have any another check after that. Maybe offering him rook exchange. What's his plan? I think I should double up rook on f3, because after this I have planned to push c3, so he cannot bring his rook here because his bishop does not have any square to go. He cannot take that pawn. I can still take his bishop. Yeah, that's a good plan. Now he needs to move his rook, and I can double up my rooks on f5. What about this pawn push? Rook will rook cannot take knight. Pawn push. Rook cannot go here. Yeah, pawn push. Rook cannot take knight. Rook takes in support of queen. Push pawn looks better, but I can push pawn. If you push this, I can place my queen on a3 for game over, because there is no square. Shit, yaar. Didn't saw that this mate and king cannot move. Seriously, bro. You didn't told me, bro. No, that's checkmate. What was better here instead of that? I think I should have pushed rook, pushed knight, attack his bishop. I didn't realize that his rook has the place to go forward. Great move. Good game. Knight to f8. You mean knight to f1? Knight to f1, rook takes, still a mate because knight here, queen takes. That pawn push was a blunder, I think. Let's see. Let's review this. Rook block. Let's review this. Let's see what was the mistake in the. I think mistake was there in the end game only. He played like 90%. He played with 90% accuracy. Yeah. Planning my knight, playing my rook on d5 was a blunder because he can just take that one after that. What was best here then? Just activating my queen and waiting for him. So yeah, which I told like queen to d2 and going for this bishop here. Explain. Okay. ठीक है चलो no problem. Let's move on to another rapid. We'll win one rapid and that's it. We'll end the stream after this. This is the last rapid of the day. And if any of our subscriber want to play, we can play with subscribers. N2 F1 rook H3. Yes, you are right. Sorry, I missed that. Rook to H3 was a safe move. Yes, correct. DHA 001 James Bond. You are right, bro. Double two nine two. Okay, we'll win this. I didn't realize that there was a mate. रेटिंग थोड़ी सी ऊपर जाती है फिर नीचे आ जाती है. एग्जैक्टली exactly. क्या करें भाई. वी आर स्टेबल. E6 didn't went for. Okay, now E6. Correct move. I'm in shake. I'm in Shelke. Pawn takes because if I takes with bishop or queen, there we have C5. Moving my knight away. Knight takes, pawn takes, bishop takes, queen takes, rook takes. And if pawn takes, bishop takes is still option. And knight takes, pawn takes. Anyways, it's the same thing, I think. Okay, got that free pawn. Is it not just okay? Knight takes knight and pawn takes pawn. Knight takes knight with check, and I can have that free pawn. And if pawn takes, bishop takes, but queen can go for this pawn. So it's knight takes, pawn takes. Let's take this, and let's just take this. He'll take this. I'll take this, and queen takes pawn. I'll activate my bishop and go for castle. Okay, so knight goes back. Bishop takes, and I can just activate my bishop because if bishop takes, we have bishop take. Nan first, and just castle. If bishop takes knight, bishop will take knight, and queen will take that back. So it just castle simply. Will not do anything. Now, if he takes this, I can just take it, no problem. NXN, I mean not NAN type O error. Okay. Knight takes knight. Okay. I'll be back in less than half a minute. So what he does, he just went for castle. So what we have is attack his queen. Rook attacks queen. If rook takes pawn, I can take his bishop. And if queen goes back, there we have bishop, queen, sorry, rook to b6. Now knight just activates, and that's it. Another rook. He will bishop takes knight is a threat, and bishop takes knight. I have to exchange, and queen can simply will get safe. So that's why activating queen. His plan is to pin my queen. Check, take that pawn. Okay, check, check. Pawn takes, queen takes. First, I think bishop here. Yes, bishop here. Bishop to d4, d5. Now plan is to just I'll sacrifice the bishop, the knight. Sorry, the knight. Sacrifice the knight. Bishop will pin queen. Why you like playing rapid? Let's go, guys. And here we have knight sacrifice. And here we have queen takes pawn. Checkmate in two ways. Otherwise, rook on g6 is mate. Or we have Queen to G2 is mate. Okay, that's a check. King goes here. Rook check. King goes here. Take that pawn with check. Or maybe just bishop goes back and mate in one. Bishop goes back. Queen sits here. Still, I can give him check. Yeah, bishop goes back. Now rook takes that bishop, and I'll take it with pawn. Pawn, pawn. Beautiful tactics. Thank you. He also has some beautiful tactic. Now I can just go for check and take his bishop first. Free bishop. Free bishop attacking queen. I got my piece back, and that's a check and mate from c6. So let's go with this check. G6 check. King goes in is the only option, and there we have bishop c6 check. Pawn push is the only option, and bishop takes pawn, and queen takes, and queen takes. Let's go, guys. We played brilliant move. I think sacrifice the knight was a brilliant. Let's see what was the brilliant move. Good teacher. That was the last game. That must have to be so beautiful. I'll upload this in short. Come on, show me what was the brilliant move. Yes, knight sacrifice was a brilliant move. Because if he does not have taken, I was having this move also. Because after that, he has to give up his bishop. And if pawn takes, we have bishop take, check and mate. So that's why. Full review. Let's review it. Let's see if any kind of opening mistake we made. So I played Alkine's defense, and we continued with the pawn push, bishop activation. This pawn push was right, but not best. Okay, what was best here? Just to place my knight back. Okay. Anyways, and why the bishop was not best? What was best here? Just to take that pawn, and knight takes it. To keep it simple and to keep going, take his knight was a mistake. What was the best here then? Just take that pawn, explain knight takes, pawn takes, and queen activating forward to defend this pawn. And this pawn is defended by bishop, and okay, that's how we play. Anyways, I thought to take that, but I was not able to calculate the further calculation. So that's why I just played knight takes first and then pawn takes. I played that bishop to e7 was a miss. What was best here? To play my bishop here because there was a checkmate threat. Okay, check, check. Yeah, this bishop to d6 was much better. I castle he took. Okay, that's a great move, I think. What was best here? Just to push this pawn to stop that bishop. Okay, this was much better position. This pawn was also defended. This pawn was also defended. But we just attacked his queen. So he just went back and knight activates forward. And bishop pinning queen was a blunder. There we go with the brilliant move. What? And why not he can just push this pawn? Okay, because bishop can take bishop. And if bishop takes, queen takes, okay, this computer is saying me to simplify everything. Okay. Anyways, chalo. That's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. How to push to 2000 I am 18 not 4. Solve as more as puzzle as you can, and you will definitely get back to 2000 and play calmly and slowly. Take your time, prepare every move, calculate every move as much as possible. Moves you can calculate, then you can win. If you are 15, never played chess before, how long it uh, how long to get to 1500? You need to start with the chess. So first learn basic. It's actually a long process. It will take you 6 to 7 months or year to reach 1500 if you are a complete beginner. Hello, Pratik. So that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. If you did, please hit that like button. And if you have not already subscribed, please subscribe this channel. Thank you for your time. Bye bye. Take care. Good night. Ending stream now. Ta-da. Is 2000 a decent? Yeah, it is.